Surprise. Hey, you guys. We're here. It's us. It's Friday. Black Friday for some, just a regular Friday for others. But indeed, it is Friday. And it is a Friday where we're going to get us some fairy tales up in here.
All right.
Period. As always, it's you guys. We got Oreo Jr. He's still in his cute little, his cute Christmas pajamas ensemble because we were recovering from yesterday's festivities, our turkey festivities. We got Scott, we got me, we got some Grimm's fairy tales. I'm gonna get some storytelling going. Scott, are you excited for these fairy tales? We're gonna put Oreo Jr. over there with his friends.
I'm excited.
Okay, well, today's tale of fairy is called the Bremen Town Musicians. Have you ever heard of that fairy tale, Scott?
What is it?
The Bremen Town Musicians.
Nope.
Have you guys ever heard of it? This is the first time I've ever heard of it. So we all about to be surprised today. Surprise, surprise. Hey, you guys, we all gonna be surprised. Okay, let's see what these people getting into right here. And warning. Any damn thing can happen. We didn't went through a couple of these, and some of these are gruesome. So it might turn gruesome. We don't know. This is uncharted territory here. Okay, you ready, Scott? Y'all ready out there?
Ready.
Let's see what it got. There was once an ass whose master made him carry sacks to the mill for many a long year. Okay, by ass they saying donkey. That's old speak for donkey. Before it was a booty, honey, it was a donkey. Period. But whose strength began to last at last to fail, so that each day it as it came found him less capable of work. Girl, I feel like that's everybody child at the time. You be like, oh, I'm tired. Then his master began to think of turning him out. But the ass, guessing that something was in the wind that boded him no good, ran away, taken to the road to Bremen. Wait, what is turning out? I've heard of turning out like pimps turning out. That must mean sending him to the glue factory, taking him out to the back like old Yeller.
What's the sentence again?
Then his master began to think of turning him out. What that mean, child? I heard it in a pimping sense.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what it means.
He gonna pimp him out.
Can send him to the glue factory.
Yeah, he gonna send that sucker to the glue factory. Good on you for running away, honey. For there he thought he might get an engagement as a town musician, period. When he had gone a little way, he found a hound laying by the side of the road panting, as if he had run a long way. Now hold fast. What are you so out of breath about? Said the ass. Oh dear, said the dog. Now I am old. I get weaker every day and can do no good in the hunt. So my master was going to have me unalived. I have made my escape. But now, how am I going to gain a living? Sir, you going to find some other old dogs and y'all going to become a pack and y'all going to catch some rabbits and some ducks or whatever. I don't know what dogs be out there catching. But you're going to go do that, sir. That's what you're going to do. I will tell you what, said the ass. I am going to Bremen to become a town musician. You may as well go with me and take up music too. I can play the lute. Ooh, that's old school as hell. They had lutes in like King Henry VIII's court. Okay, sir, you gonna play an old instrument and you can beat the drum. You just gonna, how you know he could beat the drum on beat? How you know dogs on beat? How we know that? Okay. Got a plan. He got a plan. Why he can't sing? Why he can't howl?
How do you know he's gonna sound good doing that?
Because that's what dogs do, hunting dogs. And the dog consented, and they walked on together. It was not long before they came to a cat sitting on the road, looking as dismal as 3 wet days. Now then, what is the matter with you, old shaver? Said the ass. I should like to know who would be cheerful when his neck is in danger, asked the cat. Oh, Lord, what's going on with your neck, sir? Now that I am old, my teeth are getting blunt, and I would rather sit by the oven and purr than run after mice. And my mistress wanted to drown me. Is that how they got rid of cats? You don't want to just let them lay there? My cat old. He 12. He old. Like not the little one or the ones you see now. We got an older cat. His name Umi. He old. He just lay there. I'm not thinking about drowning him. Jesus. It's a little abusive. So I took off. But good advice is scarce. And I do not know what is to become of me. Sir, you a cat. You got this, sir. Go with us to Bremen, said the ass, and become a town musician. You understand serenading. How the hell do you know that? The cat thought well of the idea and then went with them accordingly. After that, the three travelers passed by a yard, and a cock was perched on the gate, crowing with all his might. Your cries are enough to pierce bone and marrow, said the ass. What is the matter? I have foretold good weather for Lady Day, so that all the shirts may be washed and dried. And now on Sunday morning, company is coming, and the mistress has told the cook that I must be made into soup. Oh, honey, you do got some woo woo woos. Dang, you ain't you supposed to be the weatherman? And they just gonna throw you up in some soup? Dang, there ain't no loyalty. And this evening my neck is to be wrung, so that I am crowing with all my might while I can. You have much better come with us. Ooh, I don't. This real old word, so we just gonna leave that there. Said the ass. We are going to Bremen. At any rate, that will be better than unaliving. You have a powerful voice, and when we are all performing together, it will have a very good effect. Girl, I don't believe it because you got a bunch of people here that don't know how to play. And sir, like, where are you gonna get a lute from? And do we know if dogs can drum? Because I ain't never heard of that before.
Well, it's gonna try.
Okay. He gonna give it his all.
It's better than what was gonna happen.
I mean, you was about to get the old yellow treatment, sir. So the cock consented, and they went on all four together. But Bremen was too far off to be reached in one day, and towards the evening they came to the woods, where they determined to pass the night. The ass and the dog lay down under a large tree. The cat got up amongst the branches, and the cock flew to the top, as that was the safest place for him. Before he went to sleep, he looked all around him to the 4 points of the compass and perceived in the distance a little light shining. And he called out to his companions that there must be a house not far off, as he could see a light. So the ass said, we had better get up and go there, for these are uncomfortable quarters. You better not go over there, because look, didn't somebody almost get cooked up? Don't go over there. You don't know if the people got food and if they're going to want to cook your burger. You don't know. But here we go. The dog began to fancy a few bones, not quite bare, would do him good. And they all set off in the direction of the light, and it grew larger and brighter until at last it led to a robber's house all lit up. See, y'all should have just stayed y'all asses in that tree. The ass, being the biggest, went up to the window and looked in. Well, what do you see? Asked the dog. What do I see? Asked the ass. Here is a table set out with splendid eatables and drinkables, and the robbers sitting at it and making themselves very comfortable. Hell, they the ones who stole it. That would just suit us, said the cock. Yes, indeed. I wish we were there, said the ass. Then they consulted together how it should be managed so as to get the robbers out of the house, and at last they hit on a plan. The ass was to place his 4 feet on the windowsill. Okay. The dog was to get on the ass's back and the cat on top of the dog. And lastly, the cock was to fly up and perch on the cat's head. What are y'all making, a damn pyramid? Are y'all cheering them on like some cheerleaders? What is this? When that was done, at a given signal, they all began to perform their music. Okay, I don't got confidence in this. I didn't have confidence in the beginning, and I still don't have the confidence, but let's see how it goes. Okay, this is their first performance, y'all. Sounds like American Idol to me. The ass brayed, and the dog barked, and the cat meowed, and the cock crowed. Then they bursted through into the room, breaking all the panes of glass. The robbers fled at the dreadful sound. They thought it was some goblin and fled into the woods in the utmost terror. Yeah, honey, it don't sound like, what in the Jungle Book is this? Then the four companions sat down at the table, made free of the remains of the meal, and feasted as if they had been hungry for a month. And when they finished, they put out the lights and each sought out a sleep place to suit his nature and habits. The ass laid himself outside on a dunghill. What y'all need to take a house for if you just gonna go sleep and poop? The dog behind the door, and the cat on the hearth by the warm ashes. And the cock settled himself in the cock loft. Okay, so you still outside. And as they were all tired with their long journey, they soon fell asleep. When midnight drew near, and the robbers from afar saw that no light was burning and that everything appeared quiet, their captain said to them that he thought that they had run away without reason, telling one of them to go and bring back some information. So one of them went and found everything quite quiet. He went into the kitchen to strike a light, and taking the glowing fiery eyes of the cat for burning coals, he held a match to them in order to kindle it. But the cat, not seeing the joke, flew into his face, spitting and scratching. It sounded like when Scott be petting the cats when they sleep. Then he cried out in terror and ran to get out of the back door. But the dog who was lying there ran at him and bit his leg. And as he was rushing through the yard by the dunghill, the ass struck out and gave him a great kick with his hind foot. And the cock, who had been awakened with the noise and felt quite brisk, cried out, "Cock-a-doodle doo!" Then the robber got back as well as he could to his captain and said, "Oh dear, in that house there was a gruesome witch, and I felt her breath and her long nails in my face." That would be the cat. That's a cat. That's a cat. "And by the door there stood a man who stabbed me in the leg with a knife." I guess that's the dog. Sir, you don't know no dog bites? "And in the yard there lies a black scepter who beat me with his wooden club. And above, upon the roof, there sits the justice who cried, 'Bring that rogue here.' And so I ran away from the place as fast as I could." From that time forward, the robbers never ventured to that house. And the four Bremen Town Musicians found themselves so well off where they were that they stayed. And the person who last related this tale is still living, as you see. And they all lived happily ever after.
Right.
Yes, I don't even know what happened in that story. I guess that's why nobody tells that story.
Yes.
It's just a weird ass story. I do have a lesson learned. Okay, but Scott, do you have a lesson learned? Do you guys have a lesson learned? What did y'all think about the story? It's like one of them old ass fairy tales, clearly. But put in the comments what you guys think about the story and if you have a lesson learned. Scott, what did you have any lessons learned?
I guess you know, you always gotta use. You're never too old or too whatever. There's always something you can do.
It's never too late, honey. I always say that too. You know it's too late when there's a flat line on the computer, on the thing, and it's like beep, and your family start crying. That's when it's too late. Before that, never really too late to do something. Okay, my lesson learned is Fear be making people see crazy stuff. Okay. That man that made up a whole scenario and it was a cat, okay, a dog, an ass, and a damn chicken. But his fear made him see something totally else. So I say all that to say, fear makes you make it just increases your imagination. So when you're afraid of something, take a step back and really try to see it for what it is, because it probably ain't what you think it is. Okay. Think about scary movies when you were a kid. Now you look at them as an adult, like, girl, that ain't nothing. But as a kid, you had fear and you imagine it to be greater than what it was. So that's my lesson learned.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, I still have to. Y'all know I'm addicted. Scott, it ain't even me who's addicted. Scott's addicted. So I'm gonna come back and we're gonna keep going with this. But we're gonna end this one on this journey. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed coming. We love having you. And also make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want. From wherever we are to wherever you guys are, peace, love, happiness. We bid you guys adieu. We'll see you later. Later, guys. Are you going to tell them bye, Scott? Bye, guys.